Something's corrupting the tides. What you gonna do when the panic's free? Cracking the anatomy. I'll keep on having this dream inside the static. I fall outside of myself. I come up out of the seams inside the panic. I fall outside of myself. I'm not myself. I'm not somebody else. I'm not myself. I'm not somebody else. Don't think of what it's cost me. It was all for a cause, and now it's working inside. I am a perfect copy of whatever I was, something I don't recognize. Jack into the mind, I'll make the change. Tear it out to rearrange. I keep on having this dream inside the static. I fall outside of myself. I come up out at the seams inside the panic. I fall outside of myself. I'm not myself. I'm not somebody else. I'm not myself. I'm not somebody else. It keeps on creeping over me. The more it gives, the less I am. It keeps on screaming for release. Yield to my voice, death with my I keep on having this dream inside the static. I fall outside of myself. I come up out at the seams inside the panic. I fall outside of myself. I'm not myself. I'm not somebody else. I'm not myself. I'm not somebody else.
Good morning. Let's cut it right between a song there. All right, so I was doing a little bit of pre-research, and I saw one of the things I was looking into, which is possibly doing a cohort analysis later, was using ggplot, and my experience, I don't know if it was yesterday or a few days ago, is that like getting good legends and things was actually a little bit tricky here. So I might want to try this out. I've also refreshed the data, so you can actually see the. I was playing around with the number of new players. This is number of lives, not players per se. But you can actually see the Steam spike now. So I want to loop back, sort of try to get our graphs set up for our initial question and some related things. And then see if we can poke around with some like weekly cohort analysis, which is I think I've kind of seen like tracking like web application usage and such. So let's see how this looks. Oop. Okay, I swear I saw that name when I went, oh no. Gotta do this again. Some apps just do not handle. It's like they change their. They do contextual background color and don't change their foreground color, or vice versa. And it's just impossible to see anything. Install packages. Oh, it's the packages. Oops. All right. So now we actually know how to use this thing, and there is cheat sheet. So I don't know if that imported that. All right, so this is a data set. Aesthetic mappings. X, Y. And then we pass other stuff. And I may have to actually rebuild a few data points here. But so, like, our original question was. Well, I was actually doing some applies over this. Yeah, because I don't want to do the raw points. This needs to be some summaries. Can we... Okay, that sort of works. And I think there may have been... Oops. I wanted this in a new window, because I think there's two of these. Oh, okay, and the frame is the image, so perfect-ish. Well, except it didn't... Except... the frame appears to have some no scroll on it. Okay, fine. Oh, this is a PDF in a Git. Okay, where is... Is there no raw view on this? Or is this actually... No, because that's actually the image. Okay, fine. And then he wants to open in this, but... How zoom? Grammar of graphics. Coordinate system. Data. Geom function. Okay, so that's a data set, but I currently have... graphical primitives. stats. Count prop. Stat bin, stat count, count density. Okay, so there's a fun. I'm not sure what hex is. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure like what this plus means. So we have stat function, stat summary. All right, so we didn't need that. Okay, but this is raw data. We want summaries. Because it appears to be designed for table data, which I don't think tapply gives us. Oh, apparently plus is an actual thing. Oh, the end of the line, not the start. Oh, okay. Plus geom point mapping. Facet wrap. Oh, okay. By class. Faucet grid. Drive by cylinder. Still raw data. Statistical transformations. So bar is data equals diamonds. Mapping equals x equals cut. And that's just a straight up count. I mean, I guess that would work. We might want a different geometry. Oh, these are like actual primitives. One variable. I don't know if I really want... There's no like, straight up dots. That's two variables. I guess that's technically two variables. But this still wants data tables. Geom bar. Well, No, because it's a two variable thing. Maybe T apply. How do you name the aesthetics? Begins with the diamonds. Geom bar transforms the data with the count stat. Turns a data set of cut values and counts. Transformed data to build a plot. Cut is mapped. Oh, you know what? I've already got. Well, I got summers with dplyr. So ggplot data equals lives. Since this is the example we've got, well, we don't have a mapping. Requires the following missing aesthetics. But was that a single value what? Because there's no definition of what we're displaying. Okay, so it's literally just count of records with that value. Identity. Y equals freak stat equals identity. So y equals stat count must not be used with the y aesthetic. Stat count. So what are the stats? That's data demo. Oh, stat equals identity. Right, which is nothing. So is this it? Stat equals mean? Can't find stat. Stat summary. We might be able to do something. Well, that's very different. Stat summary. Mapping equals AES. X equals days owned. Y equals lifetime. Fun.y min equals min. Yep. And these are not the default functions? Oh, did I not apply? I appear to have not applied Because I reloaded the data, I appear to have not applied. Well, I thought I had applied the fix-up, but apparently not. Logs. V3. Yeah, that's not. Oh, I forgot to. I did the reset, put the resets code in here and didn't actually return it. Alright, so unfortunately we do have to repeat this, which is a little bit slow. Well, no, I can. We should be able to just rerun that on the data directly. No, we need this one for files. Because we use the same names. So that... Oh, I don't know what it actually returned. Maybe it didn't return anything. We should have... That's yesterday. Logs. Alright, so that will take a little bit to run. Okay, that's spread up geometry. X, Y, alpha. Well, I mean, I guess if you did points with just straight up X, Y data. But the old T-apply stuff I did doesn't appear to apply to this easily. Stat count. We were doing stat summary. Oh, okay, here's the basic stat summary. Fun.data. I'm not sure how that works. Stat summary bin. I think that means binning. This is the problem with these big packages. They do so much stuff. Fastest event to subplots based. Okay, subplots. Maybe that would be one to do. Gender. Discrete. Oh, discrete X, continuous Y. Ah, okay, so these are suggested plots. Continuous, continuous. Bivariate. Continuous function. Economics. Is it actually employing a function, or is this to... Where is the... Oh, there's the data frame. Oh, plus GMR. Date unemploy. Maybe it's actually a function? I don't know. No, caret price is... Oh, plot, diamonds, economics. Okay, so I guess you can shorthand X and Y. Discrete continuous. Actually, this might be an interesting way to do the lifetime gender plots, because that's sort of a thing that they do for actual lifetime statistics. Okay, so that's done. We should actually have... Ooh, that does not look like patched up player IDs. You know what? I might have to fix some errors in the new data. I guess... okay, so actually there's a very simple way to prove this. Oh, but we're still viewing it, apparently. I guess I could have gone to a new variable. But I might have to go back to some step-by-step stuff to try and trace down. Well, that would have to be the newest files, just to figure out which file. It's not being very good at reporting that. Meanwhile, we still have our console's busy. I was hoping to get past the technical stuff today. And actually get into some visualization stuff. But I guess data cleanup's part of it. Oh, I wonder if some of the outliers are some of the records I had to fix up. Maybe I should have just removed them. Alright, so looks like we're done loading data. That might be interesting to do by gender, too. One variable, continuous, discrete. 3 variables. I'm a little bit lacking in statistics terminology. So technically, lifetime days is continuous discrete. Or is it discrete continuous? They only list for 1 and 1. So I guess a thin bar chart would work. I see box plots for each might be nice. Get a little bit better idea of the range. I think this is what I get for trying to update data. Alright, so we did get a result, but it's not correctly patching the player IDs. So we need to... Oop, wait a minute. Oh, I need to supply a path for this. Nope. Okay, so that's actually, well, that's still doing a bulk read. I think I was originally doing this with a loop, which made it easier to sort of like do part of the set and to identify where errors occurred. Oh, because this will actually go through and like ignore errors, whereas the loop would stop, which in some ways is good because we can find and fix the errors. Yeah, because this is not telling me which file failed. All right. So this is great for efficiency, perhaps. And actually, I think this is even left over from when I was doing in the loop. So we need, to identify the errors, we need for I in 1 to length files. I think we lost a parenthesis here. Yep. That's going to look about the same. And we might also want to print out where we're at so that if it stops, we know where we're at. Because I know it's going to be near the end. And I also, since I was doing this, I know it's 2:45. So for debugging, we pretty much know it's going to be like, we'll even do 10 days. Wait, what? Okay, I typoed something here. Why did you do the... Okay, I tried to do one. Oh, was 10 days not enough? Or is that an actual error? Nope, that's an actual error. Okay. File. Oh, right. File, because this was a function that we were applying. So this should be files I. Wait. These had no errors? All right. Oh, I wonder if... Is it possible updating replaced files with all the old errors I fixed before? In which case I'd actually possibly just make things more robust. No, not I. That's a loop. Oh, and I haven't actually created... Yeah, okay, so sure. Yeah, we're running run line right now. And we get warnings. It did not... Man, what did I... Oh, I removed whatever code I used to be doing. So what I was used to be doing was, because it has to exist. Actually, can you do an empty list? Because no, it's a data table of nothing is the issue. So that's why I had to remove NA. And then we have to say days sub I. And then and then we've got our rowbind. Well, or there's actually no error here, and oh, okay. So actually attempting to save the data. No, we got to 245. There were just a lot of warnings. Not a multiple of replacement length. Oh, yeah, that looks awkward. Does this work, though? Nope. Not a multiple of vector length. Okay, so something... What was I doing? Large list. Maybe I needed to do something else. Okay, one observation of one variable. Maybe we couldn't index the NA. Maybe it just needed to be a list, I'm not sure. Actually, this is list apply, so maybe list of one entry would be better. A few more warnings. Yeah, okay, so how about... Or actually, can I just do list? Oh, and this should probably just be a sign. Okay, list of 0. I should, okay, at this point I need to cut this down. make sure our mechanics are working. And we seem to have gotten off on a diversion. Update title for a little bit. 50 or more warnings. Yeah, this is garbage again. What did I do the other day? I replaced it with something better, and then it's like garbage. What are we returning? Well, I mean, actually, we can just do this. And we'll do like files 1. Okay, that's a data table. How do I guess I need something that does like a, well, type value. Maybe that works? But it's giving me a bunch of errors. Yeah. Wrong number of arguments. Man, I'd swear when I did this the other day that we had an immediate failure when something didn't load. But this is just giving me bunches of error messages. Is this giving me bunches of error messages? It's just the 2, or is it all the recent stuff? Nope. I'm at a multiple replacement length. So I guess I need to know. Hey, no, not you. How to do a list append. With a data table. Okay, just list to, well, this is saying C equals. A vector or list. But since it's a table, it sort of is a... append. All right, blank that out. What? This must be a package function. Our documentation packages our list, yeah. So the basic version is just construct. Okay, and now days. Wait. It should only have 2 entries. At most, yeah. List of length 0. Oh, and we have to assign this. Large list, 18 elements. Yeah, that's not what we wanted. So I originally did this as NA. Large list, 19 elements. I mean, yeah, No, it's like we got the original thing and then all this stuff. So construct is not what we want. Of course, we're also not getting the read error. Which is weird because I'd swear I was getting like an just immediate dead stop when I did the read table the other day. But this is getting no warnings. Oh, actually, this doesn't work. Well, I do have to get something that actually works. So I do need a viable way to append to... can I go back to days? List of 2. That's an old viewer. No, close please. And then can we... No. So that works for this. List apply. List of 2. rowbind. Rah, 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 rah. Days sum 1 is not a table. Oh, no, because it's, yeah, right. Yeah, incorrect number of dimensions. So that did not work at all. Oh, you know what actually was sort of an append. Oh, you know what I was doing? I was doing rowbind on every Is it data.frame? And we could do a blank frame. And then we were doing, and do.call is because it's over a list. So this is just a straight up rbind of days. result and assign that to days. All right, that's looking better. So now we take this back to, well, we only expect problems in the last couple of days. And that's missing a parenthesis. What are we printing here? This seems like a syntax error in the actual code. Let's make this a single item list. Okay, that was fine. That was fine. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I didn't actually catch the extra parenthesis there. And that returns no errors. I wonder if it replaced the files with the original ones that had errors? Yeah, this repeated rowbind is definitely going slower than the apply version. But I believe this is how it did it the first time, when it would stop right when it got to a problem, so it could actually identify which file has errors. Oof. Maybe I could set something up, because I think the error, the actual fail happened when it got different columns because of an error, and then couldn't combine them. So I wouldn't technically have to build up the entire list. I just have to have like day 1. And then append that to every new day we loaded. R1, and then we don't necessarily need to save this result. And since this is a loop, I think we can stop it safely. There were some errors that it's not showing to me. I have to do a binary search here. Okay, at least that's going a little faster. Or is that a thing we can do? Oh, options 1 equals 2. So that might be what we have to do for a little bit here. In which case, we might actually be able to go back to our original version. We can start with this. Because the loop does kind of hide things. Oops. All right. May 18th. We had it in this project. May 18th. Now, I'd swear when I was doing this before, I got line numbers. Add a multiple of number of columns. I must have been using a different technique. You know what? I did have another technique that turned out to be way too slow. Read dot table, line number of error. Line 2. Comment character. Yeah, actually, line did not have such and such elements what I had before. That's telling you line 1. So what was I doing? Can I repeat this in the console to get better information? Oh, no, I is not going to be helpful. We want 72. Actually, I is 72 because we stopped there. Interesting. Number of items read is not a multiple of the number of columns. Are there other options we can use that will give us useful error messages? Header, sep, quote, decimal, numerals, row names, call names. NA strings, call classes. Headers have blank fields are implicitly added. Visual length, blank fields. I mean, we do have some variable length because of birth and death records, but I swear I did not have trouble with that before. So is this, well, is this maybe just the birth, well, are we getting a result? We are not getting a result. So this is an actual issue. Read dot table, number of items read. Not multiple. Oh, count fields. But what is correct? All right. Sure. Uh, nine 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 nine. How do we? Okay, that's not it. How do you get distinct values? Actually, I'm surprised that it's all 9, because we have birth and death, and I thought they were actually different. Maybe it ends up being 9 anyway. Levels. I guess we can just say x where x not equal to 9, now that we know what the predominant value is. No, I need the indexes. Indexes where true. If only I had the actual line numbers. All right, well, we've got this. Can I get the line number for this? Well, that's useful. Our read dot table line number of error. Saw that one. And maybe ignore errors. Because really, if it's one line. Count.fields. Okay, read lines. Count the fields. And then use read table with text, selecting only the ones with the proper number of lines. And we can also do this. How do we get unique? So we could do no, not tapply. But anyway, there's probably a way to get that by value. So we do that. If we go back to 71, there's only 9. If we go back to 1, there's only 9s. Alright, so we're going to assume that all life logs have 9 fields, even though that actually surprises me that birth and death. I guess age to gender, gender to location, location to parent, death to pop, pop to chain. Okay. So that will kind of automatically wipe out all invalid lines. Just a little bit more complicated. We can try to perfect it here and then see if we can move back to apply. So your basic technique, where did we... is to take read lines files I, and I guess I can do file equals files I here in order to make this better hold up to switching back. Counts count.fields text connection then we read table with That's rowbind. With text equals text lines, counts equals 9. Yep, okay, typo. Non-numeric argument to binary operator. Files minus files I. Right, because I was switching that around. Oh. No, cannot find function. Is this a library thing? Read lines, maybe. Cursor? Thank you. Cannot find function text connection. Base. Probably connection. Incomplete final line found. This is... What? This is read lines. Okay. 72 was, ooh. Yeah, the third one appeared to be having trouble right at this point. We got past our first one. And read lines decided that, oh, it's a different length. It's incomplete. So we can't read the lines to count the fields. Oh my gosh, what? Why? A text connection. Oh, this is technically a warning, and I said warnings are errors. See, I wouldn't mind the warnings, but we actually need to remove bad data here. I only got past 72. All right, so in theory, to move this back up to here. Switch back to this one. Ooh. Number of items read is not a multiple of the number of columns. Why? Why? How does it succeed here and fail here? And this is saying this is in the... Oh. What? Why are we doing... See, L apply, fun, read table. Why is this line still here? Did I not save? No, that's text lines, read lines. But there's the header false. Oh, I didn't remove this line. I just didn't comment it while I was doing the print file. All right, we got our logs. Although it's listing itself as a large matrix. Not a data table. Oh, right. It is because we haven't done the rowbind yet. Now, wait a minute. Why do we get... Oh, that was just running. Okay. Okay. I don't even know what logs is at this point. That should not have assigned logs. This may have been left over from a previous intermediary step. Shame that it's totally lagged out, though. Alright, well, I need a break anyway. Be back in
Game of 1080 snowboarding.
Just try to slide while you enter, and then don't stop.
There we go.
Don't stop. Just keep going. Just keep it going. Oh, going. Just keep going. Keep going. Go.
You didn't intend this as a game of snowboarding. It seems to want to work that way.
Amazing.
You're gonna.
That's so much fun every time. Ooh. Isn't that fun?
Welcome back, everybody. I gotta remember to unmute myself. But I'm the kind of person who likes to max out stats. Okay, so I must not assigned that one before, and this I messed up on. Okay, oh, we're not at full speed. There we go. Base dug out. Let's build that other set. Meal lice, or meal wood. As far as it goes, putting doors down everywhere, it's a little bit of overkill. I probably don't even need to do that, but I just like it. One advantage to it is
Run pure TX up there. Can I cut this? Yep, I can go. And can I? Nope, I can't delete that. But yeah, that has to be pure. That has to be pure health. Right, and run that along there like that as well for reasons. Right. Okay. You know, we'll make this entire front just pure.
I'm inside the ground right now. I'm down here. This is where I am. Okay. Oh my god. How Don't worry, guys. We're ready to go explore the planet now. Oh shit, this is...
Alright, well, welcome back. So I had to kill R. I just didn't want to wait forever. So got a little bit of a weird state now. So we need to do some cleanup. This actually seems like, oh, I never shut down yesterday, so this is way back. Backup, blarg. I haven't really used day one in a long time. Life days. We're going to replace some of the other stuff, but it's sort of useful. Get rid of that. I could just type RM again. Blah, I ordered perm range resets. I'm actually going to end up recreating some of that stuff. We need to make sure our files have been properly reloaded, since they may have changed since this last checkpoint. Alright, and then since we're having trouble, quitting is the only way I know how to save the R directory. or our context. Well, yeah, losing the command history is going to be a real bummer. Gonna have to refigure out a couple things. All right. Let's see if we can step through this and see if everything's working. Ooh. Oh, right. I had to set. Oh, fine. No. It was based on. No, be around quotes, please. Oh, no, not source. Run. So we were just doing this, so this step should be fine, and it's down here when we start getting into the ID correction that wasn't happening. But that may have been because we were running into failures on the read table before. Alright, so now, instead of trying, well, that was an intermediate thing that was causing us grief before. We rowbind that to get our logs. That's still actually a little bit of a leftover. We find our reset points, which is surprisingly long. We only have to do we have to load this very rarely, so it should be fine, as long as it still works. Did this enter it, but not? No. Okay, I guess no, it's working. This might have been the big delay after we do the loading. I don't remember this being such a long process, though. Now, admittedly, it was slightly different data before. I'd done a little bit of cleanup instead of simply removing rows. that didn't have the right size. But we haven't even got into the making lives yet where it would care about that more. No, I did not remember this being a slow operation. And I can't do that because it's R is tied up. Like, did my columns change? So if that doesn't make sense, it's doing a bunch of data casting or something? Oh, nope. Got our resets. Okay. Just a slow operation. Okay, and now, yeah, we have negatives in there, actually. And then that's just the return from this function. So this should actually be good now. So now we do drive lives. No, logs. Okay, that one I hadn't been as worried about. Oh, I wonder if something with warnings errors is what froze that up. Anyway. We're back to this. Now I just have to remember what the heck I was doing. This is probably not in our context. Okay, yeah, and... Okay. What the heck was I doing? And actually, since that data calculation is kind of expensive, still workspace checkpoint again. I forgot to do that yesterday, and now I lost everything. Oh, did I I guess I forgot I had this window open. Okay. Okay, this is all the error stuff. What were we trying to do? We were trying to do... the geom box plot. Okay, so that's the cheat sheet. Is there a straight up example? Okay. ggplot data equals lives. Okay. Plus. Oh, yeah, actually this thing is what I was looking at. Stat summary mapping equals AES X equals lifetime. Y equals days owned. Fun.y min equals min. Fun.y max equals max. Fun equals mean. Do we have to redo the library every time? Our line last error. Unknown aesthetics. Oh, okay, comma's in the wrong place. Which means I might need... Okay. Wait. What? Days owned. Oh, wrong place. Fun.y. Wait. Sometimes it like double taps the ups. Okay. Well, oh, interesting. Okay, so my X and Y are backwards. And it's done this in terms of X. Yeah, okay. So yeah, just... Because I was thinking of the t-apply order. Okay, so actually min and max is not interesting here. Box plots might be. Position adjustments. So that's geom box plot given data mapping. ggplot data equals lives. Mapping equals aesthetics. X equals days owned. Y equals lifetime. Plus geom box plot. Missing aesthetics. Y. Lifetime. Y. Mapping. This is probably too much stuff for box plots. This might be where I want to do like weeks. Continuous X aesthetic. I guess I would have to do that. This isn't quite what the box plots were intended for. Okay, it returned, but it's still rendering. Okay, that's... Oh, it's showing all the outliers. Yeah, that is in fact not useful. That is in fact not useful. I can't even really read what's going on there. Unless this is supposed to be like the center area and then all the outliers around it. Yeah, that's not good as a factor. Okay. Coordinate systems. And that is the data visualization part of that. All right, so for this, we need to step back to, Stat summary, does the function mean only display that? Or what you display? So if we don't do min and max, all right, it was fun.y, I grabbed the wrong one. This is with no function, I guess. Oh my gosh, we keep grabbing these old, broken versions of it. Containing missing values. What? Okay, so yes, the stat summary wants min and max. Geom bar is for counts. But that's all the statistical transformations they show. So it seems that point, I mean, maybe line, but we definitely had some point stuff going on. But that's for a function. ggplot. Lives. We were saying lifetime days owned. Plus geom line. And I think we're past some of the technical hurdles here. Man, that line graph is hard apparently. I should probably just go back to like, not sure what that is. Like jump point? That is, yeah, that is the same thing. And it's still rendering. And we'll try this out. Not sure what jitter's about. Okay, yeah, line. No, this has to be the summary. This is where I wanted to figure out how to do summaries. Right, C2. With aesthetics, blah, 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 blah. With just that, C2, sample equals, okay. Okay, so stat sample, so stats, fun equals, was it still fun.y? The overstep on the history. Stat summary, fun, bin. Oh. Wait. Okay, I fixed that. Fun.y. Oh, no, that's actually still going? Stat unique, stat sum. Stat summary 2D with a single aesthetic. Rows containing missing values. Can I see what this even is? Now this might be easier to just go back to some dplyr stuff, although I have to relearn how to do that because we lost our history. Because I can just make summaries and then graph that. Because the graph summary functions are not impressing me so far. Well, their stat function and is that just Well, that wants to do the aesthetics. Oh, that applies a function. Okay. Oh, the stat summary is supposed to be fun.data. Jump point range. Oh. Jump point. Jam point range y, y min, y max. That summary bin. Oh, is that the type? So summary wants an E. E is a two-variable continuous. X, Y, alpha color, fill group, line type, size, weight. The ggplot of class highway. But that's for two classes. Gem dot plot, but it's still discrete continuous. Bin axis, stack dir. I was listing all the things you can pass as arguments. So I've got lifetime days owned. They're saying class value. And you see, I thought this would make it the plotting easier. Oh, no, right, we have dplyr. Which I then have to... Actually, I still had that up. No, not that one. So we have lives. Summarize. Well, the main thing we're looking at here is lifetime. Equals mean days owned. Oh, I need the... Oh, because that's by that. So we need to do lives. Group by days owned. And then we need by lifetime. All right, days owned lifetime. And then this we could just save off to summary owned. And now we have a data set that is just a simple 2 variable. Summary owned, aesthetics, this is XY. And we have to say jump point. Okay. Yeah, probably point is better. Think. So this was the original question. So I either want to adjust labels or actually change this to be an accurate label. Which you should probably just do. Lifetime equals, so this should really be mean lifetime. And this would be probably easier to save as an image. File name, oh, you know what? This doesn't, you know, this is everything including eaves. So this is where I kind of wanted to break things down a little bit. Well, I mean, this is still, it's still a thing. And then the other thing I wanted to kind of look at is, you know what, I put some of these commands into my Scratchpad document. Summary owned, group by days played, lifetime, and then summary played by days played. Yes, that's an interesting little trough there. Days played by days, or mean lifetime by days played. And there's a number of, there's a lot of variations of this actually. So now I want, let's see, I created a thing before, probably creating a separate factor will be the easiest way to do this. So we have I don't know, Eve gender. So we need, how do we do this? Lives gender equals no parent is the Eve test. So we need to do that. No, that's no. It has to be a test per. No, lives, cause of death. No, not cause of death. Parent. And how do I do, this is kind of like a multi-factor condition. So that gives me a true false. It's like for each row. Okay, here we go. It could be a multi-step process. I'm sure it's more efficient to do it in one, but lives, Eve gender is lives gender. And then lives. Oh, did that treat that as a rename? I didn't want to rename. I wanted to make a copy. Did you? Okay, it's still there. Lives. So where lives Eve gender is lives parent equals no parent. Set that equal to Eve. That's workable since we only have one value. How do we add a new value to factor? Add new value to factor. I guess I could convert it to string and then convert it back. Factor levels equals, okay. Lives Eve gender is factor lives. Well, it'd probably ignore the NAs. With levels, actually we can just specify this. Equals C. It was F M Eve. And then we can go back here. Maybe even here. No, that's logs. Gender. All right, so now we could do Where's our summary? Summary played, summary owned, group by, days owned, Eve gender, summarize mean lifetime. Okay. Then we get our plot. Summary played, summary owned. Days owned, mean lifetime. Is it color equals e-gender? It picked some slightly ambiguous colors there. I'm not happy with that palette at all. Alright, how do we do a palette? Because the green and blue are just indistinguishable for me. So this is probably our cheat sheet, although there's probably a shorthand thing in one of the guides. Basics, geoms. Actually, this is probably our basic av, right? Themes. Color and fill scales for continuous values, for discrete values. Palette blue. Scale. It's a scale. I don't want a scale. I just want a palette. Right, yeah, because it's under scales. Well, scale, fill, manual. It's set specific colors. Gradient, gradient. Scale fill, scale fill, scale fill. So I guess it's a scale fill. Well, is there anything? There's that green, yellow, red, green, blue again. Aesthetic mappings. Shape is a point. Yeah, you're not doing really anything with color. Color aesthetic, or more usefully fill. Now that is specifically for something else. Just fill? Okay, nope, not useful. Not useful. Ah, okay. Mm. Colors. Color equal, color equal. Mapping variable values to colors. Colorblind. Store the palette in a variable. Okay, so C palette. And it is in fact scale. Man, maybe I'm a little bit green-blue colorblind. If that's a friendly palette, because yikes. Because that actually does look sort of like their default. Palette. Wait. Oh, as a color. Okay. And scale, fill, line and point. Oh, for fills, scale, color manual. And for palettes, is that just a thing you plus on here? Okay. That's a little bit better. So, well, okay, so the eaves being lower is vacuously true because they have lower life. I mean, I actually want to do... You'd almost want to do age in that time, but that doesn't encapsulate suicide rate. All right, so we did our... summary played. And we've got this. Oop, or it's another day zone somewhere. Oh, yep, dimension. Okay, well that's... Oh. So they're easy to follow there. So for days played, the eve numbers go up considerably. Interesting. I mean, I guess that's just people who are far more into the game. But that is like an interesting, like, discontinuity. All right, so this is sort of interesting. So days owned. So I mean lifetime by days owned by gender. Summary played. Oop, that was the bad one. Mean lifetime by days played by gender. By gender-ish. All right, so those are a lot of the main questions. Oh, infant mortality rate. That was one I was interested in. But that, have I added that as a built-in variable by default? Yes. We have to add that to our summaries. Summary played, summary owned, days owned, summary owned. So this would be this is a summary. So this is the infant death rate equals. It will transform the booleans. Then we get our graph. Summary played, summary owned, days owned. This is by gender. Oh, that last thing was, well, the last thing we did was by gender. That doesn't include the summary. All right, so overall, summary owned. Let's run with color. Oh, because we changed to mean lifetime. And anyway, we want infant death rate. Infanty. Infant death rate by days owned. And we want this by played. ggplot, days owned, days played, summary played. Yeah, it does have the increase. Infant death rate by days played. All right, and this I would find very interesting by gender. I guess this isn't strictly days owned, infant death rate. And then this, we want a plot with summary played, summary owned, color. Oh, that's me. Oh, that's right. We actually say what we're plotting. Mean lifetime. It's not really infant death rate in the Eve case. Ooh. Okay, the experienced players seem much more likely to suicide as Eve. Or as female, huh? Or no, wait, that's increase in rates. They're less likely to. There's a couple people out here doing it a lot. Male is pretty flat. Well, less than 1 might actually be kind of hard to die as Eve. You know, I might have to do less than 3 on that one. Because you just might have enough hunger to last for a while. Death rate by days owned and gender. All right, so then we need to do our summary. Summary played. Days played. And we get our plot. And even more marked. Effectively 0. Well, yeah, I guess for Eve that makes sense. But yeah, but newer players are actually might manage to die right away, so I guess it means something. Infant death rate by days played and gender. All right, so the other thing I wanted to do was more of a cohort analysis. I don't know if I'm going to have time for that. So we've got a started date. We've got date of lifetime. Days. No, I'm done with you. Is this lives or logs? Started. Yeah, okay. It's the av function. The function we're applying is min. Let's get this started. We got started. All right, so this is going to be like days owned. Yep. for now, I just want to look at it. But we also want to apply, I think I saw it, there was a, is that a library function? That was a library function. Okay. Our week number. Oh, week from data table. Okay. Do we not get history? I guess I never actually typed it. Okay. Okay. Sturf time of this whole thing. uh, uh, uh. Origin must be supplied. All right, so I'm gonna have to do some. Oh no, actually, this is just live started. Okay, so the week you started. No. It appears that Sturf time will not take a POSIX timestamp. Oh wait, is this Sturf time? Yeah, Sturf time. An object to be a character vector, an object which can be converted to POSIX. Signed number of seconds. Okay. POSIX CT. All right, so lives. No. For time zone formatting. How do you identify this as a time? Oh, there's a diff time. Okay. Okay. Oh, as. Oh, no, I have to understand the difference between the classes. Sys.time, sys.time. Internal representation of POSIX. Calendar dates and times. Signed number of seconds is the named list of vectors representing. Okay, so as POSIX CT, Origin must also be supplied. Cut, seek, round, trunk. I mean, this is supposed to be a POSIX time because it's converting it to a displayable thing. So can we say... Oh, no, it's origin? What's this origin junk? GMT is UTC. Oh, for class numeric, what's origin? Can we converse to such an object? What does that mean? Origin time for... Origin time for POSIX CT, which is, okay, fine. It's before UTC was defined. What's an origin 1960? Okay. So we have to assume that this is a regular POSIX time. And 3.9 actually sounds about right. Okay. So now we have to do this on all of those, which is apparently kind of expensive. And this is a fragment that I might want to refer to. I probably want to grab some of my plot stuff too. So we've kind of got that down. I don't have the production for Eve gender down. All right, so and this we might just want to throw into derived. Oh, right, because there was an NA in there. Right, that's Vim. No, I actually did want to catch this first. And then we need to re-level that. Oh, you know what? I can actually skip a step here. Eve's gender. Okay, so that's saved. We've got this fragment. I guess we don't have our GG plots. Ooh, or our palette. Where do we define palette? There we go. Library, ggplot2. Okay, so we're working on POSIX stuff. So we can get all of that. And then we wanted to take that and wrap I guess, oh, I don't need the round, do I? I don't think I need the round. Nope, that was the one. Two lives, start week. Start with that. I think we might want this one. Started. So we kind of have this convention going on. All right. So that gives us the sort of cohort. I guess we'd have to do this again for birth. No, wait. Do I want... I want to do stats by cohort. I also want to do game week, I think. What? Birth week, since we are doing birth time. . Lives, birth time. Start week, birth week. Well, this is all gonna be new players, right? Okay, yes, there's actually some difference there. So now we know what the current week is and when the player started. So that would be a something sort of like that. Group by start week, birth week, summarize, then ggplot cohorts. So X and Y is going to be, I don't know if there's a convention for which of these is which. Start week, death week, birth week. Let's do size equals mean lifetime for now. Geom point. We would actually need a continuous scale, so let's leave this out for now. Okay, so size is not a super useful thing here. Let's try size equals infant death rate. Infanti. Okay, that needs to be scaled. I might want to do some flipping here too. I'll have to think about how this. But yeah, this needs to. Well, I mean, maybe. Well, zooming helps a little bit. Yeah, not a whole lot of difference there. Let's see if zooming the last one helps. A little bit. So start week, birth week. How do we read this? You started in the first week, and then this is advancing time. Yeah, I think I want to flip this. Maybe. So we have our first cohort, or I have to see if I want to do a transpose as well. But yeah, down here is like your first players. And then birth week should kind of show trends in overall survivability based on patch and whatnot. And we don't really have good data for the Steam release yet. Stuff. I don't even know the. Well, yeah, because like we just finished out. Well, that'll be kind of going into it. So that would be these guys. Huh. Yeah, and the infant death rate. I mean, probably what I actually want to do is more like a heat map. Themes. 3 variables. Geom raster, geom tile. Not sure what that means. So take our last one. I don't know why it doubles. So instead of geom plot, we do geom raster. Remove our scale. As fill equals mean lifetime. I guess that's sort of a useful scale. The dots were somewhat instructive. And then what was our other thing? Oh, fill equals infant death rate. Okay, so yeah, was this like Apocalypse or something? Yeah, I might actually have to go get some Git data to overlay releases on these. Nor is this necessarily going to line up nicely with releases. Hmm. I need to think about how. Well, you know what? I was starting to do some research on this before. No, not that one. So that was one I found before. That's where I got into gplot. Fortunately, they're example graphs. Oh, apparently you can do AES here. Scale, fill, gradient. Okay. You do your own breakpoints. Plot title, access text. Yeah, I kind of want some examples. If there's a conventional way to lay this out. Yeah, like join date by something. Yeah, this is not a date to date like I had seen. Weekly retention. Yeah, still doing weekly stuff, but it's just a stat by that. It's not a time to time thing. Well, that's days later. So that is advancing down, and well, this is days later. So that's a relative time. All right, so how does gplot invert an axis? So we would want, so what I'm typically seeing is cohort, which is to say start week, which is actually, that's just, that kind of filled in some arbitrary values here. Is that axis. Okay, so that's start week. And then I need to invert that axis. Is that a scale? Map data values to the visual values. It's a fill scale, general purpose scales. Map continuous values. They're just, could probably call that continuous. But what's the scale star? Oh, that's like fill X and Y. Use X or Y aesthetics, X shown here. Oh, reverse. Scale X reverse. Is this something we just kind of throw on here? And is that, no, that's Y. Invalid argument to unary operator. Nope, wrong box. Default scales. Scale X reverse. Breaks, minor breaks, labels, limits. Name of the scale. Sample. Okay, I have to give it a name. Startik. Invalid argument to unary operator. Yes, John Point. That is that thing. Continuous. Continuous. And that's still P1. Scale Y reverse. Does it consider weak to be a character value and therefore not continuous? I mean, I just want to reverse a list. A transformation. So let's look. Birth week and start week. Can I find out? No, that. Apparently, this is involving web stuff. Okay. Type of lives. Start week. Okay, it is character. Do we have, is it numeric? Okay, so lives. And yet it was displaying that as a useful way. Lives, birth week. And I need to update that in the here so that we do. All right, so now we have to redo our summary because that got worked into there. And then okay. Oh, it's taken more latitude with lighting things now. I actually sort of like, well, that's probably parameters to adjust that as well. Oh, I actually have to, no, actually, you know what? Numeric isn't going to work. Because this is week number in year. We need to make this like 2018, whatever. But I think I like this presentation better because you kind of have the start of time. This is birth week. Do I want to invert this? So this is the cohort that started in the very beginning. Over time. Yeah, that makes sense. This is sort of like time. Cohort started here, cohort started here, cohort started here. We see some ripples. Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust, fix this. Fixed for different years, which means it really can't be numeric, but that's ggplot to reverse a character axis. That's for numeric, though. Discrete axis. I guess, yeah, as a character, it would be discrete. Continuous. So make a continuous scale with trans reverse. Breaks equal unique. Need a factor. Scale discrete. Limits equals rev levels. Into a factor and then reverse its levels. Oh, reorder. But this was... All right, so we would have to take this out and like kind of recreate these for now. I guess we probably got these in history too. Might have to go hunting for them. Wait. Oh, that was a different number. So we did birth week. We need start week. That went way too fast. All right, we go back to our plot. And they're saying... Scale y continuous with trans equals reverse. Breaks equals unique. Position? Oh, that was his variable. This was start week. Oh, interesting. This is not done in context. And this is cohorts. All right, so to keep this consistent, we would need to do the same thing. Oh, because I have to rerun the stats with it converted. All right, and then ggplot, invalid argument to unary operator. So I guess we have to make this discrete. Maybe discrete with trans. They're in discrete scale. Limits drop value. Reverse order of discrete y-axis. So that does not work. Does unique cohorts start week work? That does work. I mean, I guess I could have mistyped it here. Invalid argument to unary operator. So this is not actually a correct answer. You feed it a factor. Discrete limits equals rev. Did I try discrete? Yeah. Limits equals rev. It's not actually a factor, so this maybe, I guess, puts this back to unique. And this was start week. That find function unical. Okay, that kind of works. And I think overall things are a little darker here because we got new players. Well, it changed the character of things. There's a lot more Eve camps. All right, well, this is something. Mean lifetime by... I should really make useful... week. Where is... It's not day zone. Start week. Let's preview this first. Okay, that's exactly what we want. Fine. Well, we can go here. Lives start week. Live started. Ooh, that's not going to fit as nice, though. Even though it will be accurate past 2018. Birth time. I mean, I guess you could just make it weeks since game launch. I mean, it gets double digits eventually. We have to redo this. And redo that. Okay, so birth week gets a little muddy. I mean, you can pretty much follow over, but... I guess that did get a little squished. No, that's when changing. This is mean lifetime by cohort. All right, well, so that should be a little bit of interesting analysis. And it's getting way past time for lunch. So that's it for now. Thanks to One Jellybean, Useret Gaming, Gamer7, Game Dev TV, Destructively Phased, Sturmius Leopard, Catnox, Deadly Taco, Kuro Katsuni, Thylos, Instant Speed Live, and Dog and Lake for hosting me. What do we got going on? We've got yeah, I don't have a schedule on that one. So I think this guy hasn't gone too long. We got Ned Makes Games. Looking like doing some multiplayer coordination stuff. Looking for someplace cool to hang out. That's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye and until next time. Oh, that was that, not the camera.